So this is gonna be kind of a quick, video update, whatever, regarding cryptocurrencies and that kind of stuff. I'm just sitting back right now waiting. I know we all had our fingers crossed that, Pillar would do a big, jump, whatever, maybe right off the bat. But even so, like the only one that really moved that quick off the bat that I know of was Populous. Even Veritasium didn't move like these crazy numbers right off the bat. Because remember Veritasium, you had a month to get it on the ICO, an entire month. And it was like the first week you get the best discount. The second week, not as good of a discount. Third week, fourth week is the final discount, whatever. And I don't know if I got in on the fourth week or the end of the third week, whatever it was. But I know that it was the difference between, if I got in earlier, it would have been $2 per Veritasium versus $6 that I end up getting in at. But after it finally closed, it was like 3 weeks later that it started just going, crazy numbers on Ether Delta. So that's the only time I've seen something like that perform that way on Ether Delta. Populous, on the other hand, as soon as it came out, it was just crazy numbers right off, like immediately on Ether Delta. And then it came back down, it came back up, back down. Today it's 0.014, which, still not bad. That's still a great return concerning what people paid for Populous, per token. Veritasium is at 0.73, so it's practically 3/4 of a Ethereum, which is still, again, insanely high. I can't believe it. And not that long ago, it was pushing 1.2 for a short while. Remember that? About a week ago. And then it was at 1.0 or so, kind of settled down, 0.9, 0.8, 0.9. Today, as I'm doing this video Sunday evening, 0.73 is the highest one I see right now. But, yeah, so, look, I've got skin in the game on all over the place, just like a bunch of you do. I'm not doing anything else. I've got my main tokens. I got a little bit of Bitcoin, Ethereum, of course, and I loaded up a good bit on Litecoin. I told you this a while back. Nothing new here. And then, of course, I've got these other tokens that I'm in. Again, we were all hoping for a big home run, at least on one of these things, recently, or any of them are like a home run, and there hasn't been. Populous was the most recent home run, but that was the only one recently, I'll say. So you got to look at this like the stock market. All these companies came out at the same time. I got skin in the game all over the place. Wow, that one took off great. That one took off great. Those three in the middle, they're just kind of flat. Doesn't mean you're just going to all of a sudden, let me unload that part of my portfolio. It's been, it's been a couple weeks and that's not doing, only because you look at the other one to see how crazy high they went. Yeah, 2 weeks, they ain't moving, I'm out. I get it. And if you want to get in and out and try to make money that way, again, I get it. There's people out there who don't care what these tokens do as far as what the companies do with them and what their vision is and what they plan on. There are people who just say this is nothing but a profit game for me. I want to unload on the best thing I can unload on, buy that, sell it. Buy this one, sell that one, buy that, and that's all they do, like a day trader. But this is way better than just day trading because the numbers, the returns that we've seen in this sector are insane many times. But again, we got in Pillar, we got into, I think I have some Fun token, a little bit of Populous, I'm all over the board too. But I never relinquished all of my main tokens. And my main tokens, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum. Those are my main coins. So, if you can afford to do something like that, sure, I'd recommend it. But I understand those aren't moving like the ICOs. The insane numbers that they can push. Like, oh my God, I spent $500 and I just made like $8,000 kind of a move on some of these things. You know what I mean? Like there's people out there talking like that all the time. You know me, I made a move with Veritasium that was kind of like that. So yeah, I know I haven't done a whole ton of crypto videos lately, but there's nothing for me to talk about. I mean, tomorrow, you're gonna see this tomorrow, technically 31st. We've got the Bitcoin thing, right? It's the hard fork or whatever it is. It's gonna fork off. So we'll see what happens with that. Not that I'm worried about it one way or the other. Any improvement to any of these coins is a good thing. But I'm waiting for the news, hopefully, again, according to Cliff High and stuff, There should be some kind of newsworthy event sometime in the near future, as in month, 2 months, 3 months, that is very positive for Litecoin, and it will cause it to go up pretty good, which is why I put a good chunk into my Litecoin stash, just because I think what he said is going to happen. So hasn't happened yet. All the coins at the moment, Ethereum's down, to 190 something at this evening. I think Litecoins are on $40 again. Not that they haven't been around there recently. That's where they've been for last several days, bouncing around all over the place. 220 back down to 200, 190, 210, that sort of stuff. So it's just a matter of sitting back and waiting. That's all I'm doing. I'm sitting back waiting. I know it's there. I know it's in my, my Ether wallet thing. It's also in my Exodus wallet. I know it's there. It's sitting there. It's safe, whatever. And we're going to sit back. And here's the thing. I'll tell you this. What if, and I don't believe this, by the way, but I'm just going to give you like a bad scenario. What if the ICO mania stuff, it happened, a bunch of people too late, day late and a dollar short, it's over. There's not going to be any ICO mania like that ever again. And people realize, you know what, I'm just going to stick with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, whatever. And you're sitting here next year saying, wow, yeah, it was no ICO or anything, but damn it, I'm already up 3 times my money from last year. Are you going to be upset? You'll probably be upset saying, oh, I wish I got in on those crazy ones early on. And believe me, we all do. But are you going to be real upset if a year goes by and you doubled and or tripled your money? Maybe quadrupled it? I don't think so, right? Which also means even if you're in some of these tokens that aren't really moving and they just kind of keep this certain ratio with Ethereum, X number of tokens for Ethereum, but Ethereum has doubled or tripled or quadrupled, that means the value of your token you're sitting on at that moment has also done the same, because you can unload them for that same whatever number of Ethereum, which are now worth 3-4 times, whatever more. Which is why I don't feel too awfully upset about if we happen to get in on some tokens that just don't perform well, at least not yet. And that's the other side of it. Yet, what happens if breaking news comes out in a few months from now, or early next year even, on some of these things we're sitting on, and this token is doing this now, and they've got a wallet, and they've got whoa, I want that. Because remember, some of these companies are like ground floor new. They're hiring people, they're getting technical people coming in, programmers. We want you to start building this out. These were like ground floor, very beginning, Pillar being one of those. But they know what they want. They have the vision. They know where they're going to go with it. Which is why I loved everything I read about Pillar. I still do to this day. I haven't sold a single Pillar. The same Pillar I've had from day, one of the actually not the ICO, the pre-sale. I told you I placed 2 separate orders. I got by the second one, the skin of my teeth, last second. And I'm sitting on them. I'm just sitting on them. I'm not upset. You shouldn't be either. But I know some of you, because I've seen some emails. Oh man, we were kind of hoping, it really took off or even did better than where it's sitting now. I get it. I understand. And guess what? I feel the same way because I'm sitting here with some too. But it's not bothering me because I know what the future holds for this. And what if you have to hold on to those Pillar, for example, for a year or two before some really good movement starts happening? You'll look back and say, hey, it's a good thing I held on to those. Because if you unload them now, you're going to look back and say, damn it, I shouldn't have unloaded those. Right? A little double-edged sword. So just kind of a little update on the crypto stuff. That's all. I'm still looking at it. I'm paying close attention, but there's just nothing real newsworthy crypto-wise for me to come out here and talk to you about. So that's why I haven't done very many recently. But I felt like I should at least give you a little, update kind of a thing of where I stand at this moment with all the stuff with the crypto space. Take care.